You're standing on a driveway, right? It's freezing, the wind is blowing the rain sideways, and you're trying to squint at some tiny calculator screen on your phone to figure out a chemical mix. I mean, come on, we've all been there. But it's a nightmare, and frankly, it's a fast track to getting your numbers completely wrong on site. Today, I want to show you how to ditch that calculator entirely when you're mixing on the fly. We're going to use visual tricks that you can run in your head instantly, whether you're using a plastic watering can or a massive 1,000-litre tank. Now, most of the sodium hypochlorite we use in the UK, the strong stuff you get from the agricultural suppliers or swimming pool merchants, it starts at around 14 to 15% concentration. But you can't just throw that neat onto a surface, you'll absolutely ruin it. We need to dilute it down. Let's start with what I call the Mercedes-Benz trick, or if you're of a certain vintage, the Ban the Bomb peace logo. Think about a circle divided into 3 equal parts, 3 slices of a cake. If you take your 15% SH base and divide it by 3, well, 15 divided by 3 is 5. Simple maths, right? So if you divide your bucket, your watering can or your tank into 3 equal parts, you put 1 part chemical in the bottom and then you top it up with 2 parts water. 1 part chemical, 2 parts water. You've just created a perfect 5% soft wash mix. No tapping buttons on a phone with wet fingers, just visual thirds. 1/3 chemical, 2/3 water. It's a brilliant strong mix for those really stubborn block-paved driveways. But what if you need something a bit weaker? Say you're tackling a roof or a delicate stone patio where you want to hit that sweet spot of around 4%. That's where we use the clock face trick. Picture a clock in your head. We all know quarters on a clock, don't we? 15 minutes is 1 quarter, 30 minutes is a half, 45 is 3 quarters. So you've got 4 quarters in a whole. Now take that 15% SH and divide it into 4 quarters. 15 divided by 4 is, it's exactly 3.75. But look, we don't need to be biochemists here. Let's just call it a 4% mix. To get that, you divide your container into 4 equal quarters. Put 1 quarter chemical in the bottom and fill the other 3 quarters with water. 1 part chemical, 3 parts water. Boom. You've got a perfect, reliable 4% roof and patio mix. It's absolutely brilliant because your brain can visualize quarters instantly. You don't need to think, you just look at the container, mark it out, and you're good to go. Now, let's talk about the sequence of how you actually put these mixes together. Because getting the order of operations wrong, well, it's not just bad mixology, it is highly dangerous. I've seen guys do this backwards, and it is a fast track to a nasty chemical splash right in the face. There is one golden absolute rule in chemistry that you must never, ever break. Always add your chemical to the water, never the other way around. If you have a bucket with neat, concentrated sodium hypochlorite sitting at the bottom, and you go and blast a water hose straight into it, what happens? The chemical physics of that reaction causes rapid heat generation at the contact point. It spits, it bubbles up, it can splash, and it actually degrades the strength of the chlorine almost instantly. It's a violent little reaction in a small space. So, how do we do it right? It's simple. You measure out your water first. Put your 2/3 or your 3/4 of water into the container. Then, you gently pour your concentrated chemical into that volume of water. Because the water is already there, it immediately disperses and dilutes the chemicals safely without any of that dangerous heat buildup or spitting. And here's the final polish to make your life incredibly easy on site. Grab a black Sharpie marker. Seriously, a cheap permanent marker is your best friend. Take your mixing buckets or your drums, fill them with water to the exact levels using a measuring jug at home, and draw thick black lines on the outside for your thirds and your quarters. Mark them clearly. Water line and chemical line. When you're out on a job, you just fill to the lines. Once the water and SH are safely mixed, that's when you add your compatible surfactant, something like Clever Wash, right at the very end. Just a good couple of glugs, about 50 millilitres for a standard watering can. Give it a gentle stir, and you have a professional, stable, low-pressure cleaning solution ready to knock the job out of the park. No guesswork, no dangerous splashes. Just safe, smart, soft washing. Give those visual tricks a go on your next job and see how much time you save. All right, pack up safe and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye for now.